In this lesson, we'll discuss using linked CAD files, but specifically talk about the architectural approach. Well, you may say, well, what is the architectural approach and what does it have to do with linking CAD files to Revit projects? Let's say, for example, the firm you work at, you have designers, engineers, architects, and those individuals use different tools. Some use a 2D CAD tool and some use Revit. There's different files in different formats. And the question is, well, how do you get these all to relate together to one project? That's what the architectural approach deals with. In a previous lesson, we looked at creating work sets and a central file to actually share multiple Revit projects to one central Revit project. This example here is very similar, except what we're doing is we're collaborating with various different 2D CAD drawings into our Revit master project. So, for example, say some of us are working on a Revit model, but then some of us are actually working on 2D CAD drawings. First floor plan, second floor plan, maybe south elevations, north elevations, east elevations, maybe a roof plan. But all of those are 2D. And what you would really like to do is coordinate those into this Revit file, so the Revit file acts as the central host to these CAD files. So they can actually be monitored, what's been changed, what's not, and then I can actually see these instead of a flat 2D view in a 3D perspective view. To illustrate that, we'll look at the model I have on the screen. Right now it looks like a flat 2D drawing, which it is. But if you change your view to the 3D view, just by clicking the house on the very top of the Revit screen, what you'll notice is this 3D model is made up of several 2D flat CAD floor plans and elevation plans. So if I zoom in, I can actually see the actual floor plates here are just 2D flat files, and the elevations are 2D flat files. These are all DWGs that were created individually and referenced in to this Revit project. And I can see now as those individual files are being worked on in the 2D CAD program, this Revit project acts as a central host, and I can see it being developed in 3D. Now, to see these files that are linked, go to your Insert tab, go to Manage Links, then go to the CAD Formats tab. Here I can see all 2D CAD files linked into my Revit project. 4 elevations, 3 floor plans, and 1 roof plan. So we can have all different individuals working on each of these 2D CAD plans in their 2D CAD tool, but they're all referenced into this Revit project. And I could use Copy Monitor to actually monitor changes and make sure the changes are synchronized, and I can see those in this master Revit file. Go ahead and click OK. Now the process is something as simple as linking in your CAD files and then aligning these files to levels, and then also aligning them to each other. For example, the elevations, so they align on the left or on the right, or on the bottom or on the top in accordance to the levels. And then what you have is a master Revit file that manages these 2D CAD files. So in review, what we talked about in this lesson was using linked CAD files, but more importantly, we talked about the architectural approach to this. And we discussed in a firm or in a company that uses multiple CAD tools with multiple individuals, some may be using Revit, some a 2D CAD tool. We talked about using Revit as a central host with the Revit project to manage these CAD tools. We looked, for example, at this file that we're using here on the screen and how it actually manages several different CAD files in this one Revit project.